I still have got a few warm weather things that I need to start, or I am going to miss the window for getting them ready and big enough to transplant outside when it's time. So I have my sifter here so that I can sift my soil. I want to make sure that it's nice and fine for the seeds to be able to grow their little delicate roots through. And I've got to both clean out and then fill up with that compost and get my seeds in the ground. So wish me luck. I've got 12 to go. When your seeds first begin to grow, their roots, they're very fine and delicate, and those roots are going to have to be fighting and struggling through big chunks of material like that, rather than just getting established and spreading out. If you're going to be using soil or compost or whatever, don't forget to sift it. So I will just, for the sake of time, show you in this little like water tray for one of my pots. I will just put the compost or the soil or whatever you're using into one of these sifters and just kind of work it around. Once you get done with working that soil or compost or whatever you're using through the sifter, you'll end up with these larger chunks. You can top other pots off with this. You can throw that into your garden beds, whatever. You don't need to waste it. It's just that what you want to have is very nice, fine, particled soil for starting your seeds in, and that's because your seeds have got very, very fine and delicate roots when they begin. So once you get finished with all of your sifting, you're going to have this coarse material that can add organic matter and structure to flower pots and to garden beds, and then you will have the nice, fine textured growing medium to start your seeds in. So don't waste anything, try to use it as best you can. So now I've got this all sifted and put into my seedling tray. I'm gonna moisten this and let it sit for about an hour before I start my seeds. Sometimes growing medium can be very hydrophobic, very dried out, just doesn't absorb the water. So sometimes with growing medium, if it's been sitting around for a little while in the bag or what have you, putting it into a bucket and adding a little bit of moisture and letting it slowly hydrate, it can be a really nice way to start, because you don't want to put your seedlings into super dry soil that doesn't absorb the water very well, because that is not going to be a healthy or good start for them. It'll stress them out from the beginning. So make sure that whatever medium you're using, that you sift it and that you make sure it's nice and moist before you put your seeds in.